Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of FarmTown here in City Skylines 2, where it's looking so damn beautiful, this region right now, isn't it? Last episode we kind of made plans to where we're going to allocate our next town, and we've already discovered that it's going to be a university town as well. We got the university in question now in, which looks beautiful. It's going to be overlooking this little town area as well, which is going to be pretty sweet. Now, to be able to build this town, I'm in a little bit of a predicament because I kind of need a few more tiles to be able to do it. Because what I want to do is I want to situate the train line that runs through this town, but to be able to do it I need a little bit more space to plan it all out, and depending on where the train line goes is all dependent then on how I build this town, because I don't want to build it then when I've got space build a train line and then find out I need to delete some stuff. It's going to be a little bit awkward, isn't it? It is truly going to be a little bit awkward, so we're going to have to plan it out. It's going to be a little bit interesting, a little bit difficult, but to be able to get to the next milestone, I'm going to need about 15 to 16,000 more XP, and then I'll unlock 18 expansion permits, which is quite exciting. So, if you're enjoying the series, boys, make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, we can kind of semi-plan it, we can try and do our best, but what I ultimately know is I'm going to have the train line running across here as a bridge. Now, I don't know whether it will kind of stay like this or maybe I might move it slightly over. It's all depending on what happens. But there's definitely room for expansions and improvements. And once I get this extended train line in, I can then also utilize it for more cargo as well. Now, something I've noticed is we are starting to see less people complaining, or less kind of farms and stuff complaining about the lack of high-skilled labor, which is perfect. It shows us that people are slowly now getting educated. We're now up to over 30% educated, and hopefully we can keep pushing those numbers up. Now, this train line in question, we're going to have a little system here that will probably bring it round to loop itself to come over as a bridge to kind of follow this down and round. Now, to be honest with you boys, I could implement a rural train station in Rosedale Village. That will kind of be another way in which we can bring people to the vicinity, because the farming land will expand over this way anyway, which will be pretty sweet, as it then bridges over to do some type of a kind of looped connection again to kind of tear off to connect down to Sierra Valley. Now, I don't truly know if I'm going to bring it, let's say if I brought it in this way and kind of connect it in, because the train line could be connected around here as like a big loop. I could even connect it down here as a bit of a loop as well, coming down, maybe then having a raw train stop down here, but it all depends on how this is going to connect in too. It's going to be a little bit difficult, isn't it? I've got all these decisions I've pretty much got to make. Now, the train station in question, if I go to them, we only really have one that we can use, and that's quite sad, to be honest with you. It's quite sad that we only get one to basically use within the town, in the city. Now, I feel like it needs to be, because I've got to think, I've got to bring this in to connect to a train line that is going to skedoodle out with the road outside of the region. So if I had it like something on the outskirts here, I could bring it over as a bridge to kind of spiral it in as the connection for this to run out and then to kind of frail off to go down here. But the spiral connection will also have to, it'll basically be like a trumpet junction, because it will also have to go in the opposite direction both ways. But it's a case of, do I want this train station to be on the outskirt like this, or inwards like that? It would make the trumpet a little bit more difficult in reality. So I think on the outskirts, but this doesn't have to be the outskirts, because obviously I can build roads behind it. So if I just implemented this train station, for example, let's say we placed it in, for example, here, okay? Placed it in there, and that will be like almost the center of where this town's going to be. And let's figure out then how we can implement this. Now, the question is, obviously we get to this point, we're going to have to elevate the train line over. But because of the kind of scenario that we're in, do I just run it through like this? Now, I don't know if you can crisscross train lines, can you? Can you crisscross train lines? You can. Right. This will be an experiment. let me know what you guys think right now about this. Now, the idea of having it all down on the ground is because it kind of fits the theme of this rural town. You see rural towns that have train lines that tear through. And then what we can have then is this train line tear through this way. And then what we'll do, we'll kind of bring this around once we've unlocked the tile to create our little trumpet intersection for this. So the roads have this train line hooking through, so you'll see the traffic having to stop and start when a train comes in. And I like the idea of that, I really do. We kind of have that situated slightly through here in FarmTown. Going all the way through every junction right now, it goes through like that. But this is really integrating a junction and two lines running through this town, which maybe the name of this town could be something to do with the crossroads of these train tracks. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below, boys. It could be an interesting one. It really could be an interesting one. So I'm going to bring this to about there. And then obviously this train line here will go to just before it's about to start bending. And let's just see if I can kind of create the snap. I don't know where the snap is going to kind of come into play. But this is where you could like really do like some connection tools. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Bam. Bam. It's almost like I've built it with a parallel tool, isn't it? Oh, this is quite exciting, boys. This is quite exciting. So obviously we'll use the continue or the complex curve here and bring it out by so much. We'll do about there, in, and then forward. So then bam, bam, bam. For the bend in. Oh, it's going to be so interesting to see the trains bending around and crisscrossing on that. Ooh. That really is going to be interesting, isn't it? It really is. And then I don't know where we're going to do it around here, though. Now, I could obviously bring it and follow it through all of this, through that, crisscross there, and then bend it round and in. Or I could keep it separate and have it kind of come down here, turn off, to go through here where we can have like another small little farming village, to then lead over there to bend into that. That's probably the way we'll go about doing it. It's probably the way we'll go about doing it. Okay, that should work out fairly well. So let's plan out then where we can have a nice little rural train stop over here. Now the problem with this is this becomes a standardized, well, it needs to become a standardized road, I believe. You can't connect the train station to it. So we're going to either need to build a separate road that kind of comes off here to do something like that, or I could just simply upgrade this road here to being a normal style road. Because at the same time, I just realized the path that we originally got connected doesn't technically connect to it, but it does now. So it goes to like from a highway to a normal road for the train stop here. So if I implement you in, and with this, you can also upgrade to have a taxi stop in as well, so people can grab a taxi from this area. But it then could mean I could move the bus stop back to over here now as well to kind of integrate that little system. We'll have some services thrown in as well. We'll get them all in. We'll do the same to this train station. Taxi stop thrown in. The services thrown in as well. Might as well get it all connected. Now, do all the train stations have this? I'm assuming they do. My other one is just over here. Yes, it does. No issues. Now, we're going to have to also bend this train track down. So, let's go now. Oh, a little bit of a complex curve again. So, we'll bring it about halfway-ish, which I'll say it's about here. Bring it up to the snap there, and then all the way in. And then I reckon we can kind of almost get away with going bam, bam, bam with you. And then this one, bam, bam, bam. I don't think it likes the idea of me trying to do that so early. So let's do it a little bit differently. Do I do it a little bit differently? I feel like it looks a little bit weird now, doesn't it? Yeah, I think we should kind of keep it normal. So bam, 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 and then bam, bam, bam. Yeah, there's no need to kind of do anything a little bit, too fancy. It should work out pretty much well in the end. So Rosedale Village has now got its own rural train station, and it might seem a little bit overkill for these guys, But it is having a rural train station in the center of all this farming area going on. So that should pretty much work out as well. Now, this is going to extend down. We'll kind of follow the line. The roads will cross over. And then we can also then start building more farming area. So before the road actually does cross over, let's kind of situate where we're going to have this. Now, I've got the option here as well now to do it as... And let me just run that there so I can use that as a kind of marker point. Actually, it doesn't even go straight, does it? Alright, there we go. So what I could do is I could either have it cut across there, thus creating more traffic issues on that junction. And then I can have it literally tear through this to then create my trumpet. I don't know whether to kind of do crossroads like that, crossroads of the train tracks, or to elevate it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. I'll be quite interested to know you guys' thoughts right now. So if I do a 120 by a... We'll try and get this even as we can. 120 by 120. 120 by 120 on the bend right now. Bringing this so far down to then implement our little snap. So there to there. There. To there. So a little trumpet, but we've kept it all on the same level playing field, so you get crossroads. Not only crossroads on the crossroads, but crossroads on the train tracks. What do you reckon? Should I have elevated all of this? Just let me know in the comment section down below. I know obviously it will keep it more free-flowing, but you get the ding 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 happening when a train goes across the road as well. I'm not quite sure how it works for this. Whether they get the ding 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 ding, and I'm not sure how they're going to stop and start, but it could be pretty interesting, couldn't it? So let's see what we can do with this then. We'll try and run the train track first and foremost. As straight as I pretty much can. Which is going to be a bit difficult when it all contains like a bend or two. And in like that should do the magic. Now we'll try and go straight where we can, like I said. And I know we've got a little bit more space going on than what we've done elsewhere, but it should be what we need. It should be what we need. So about there on the bend. Doesn't dive in as deep as you would like it. So I think what we're missing... Oh, I see what we're missing. We're actually missing this because it goes a little bit straight to there. And then the bend takes place. Very good, very good. Now this is going to be one big sweeping bend in general. So we'll bring it to about there. And hopefully you can kind of pick it up, even though it's really far away. That's like that. I reckon that will be like that. No. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a lot further than I was expecting. So that bends around like that. So that follows it all the way around. Oh, this is exciting, boys. This is exciting. Okay, so that goes to there. So if I place that in. That happens there. So a 64 by 64. Straight down. Oh, this is really good. This is now feeling quite rural. Having this additional train line running around through the rural side of things. Just imagine when all the farming land's all built up over here as well, and that train line's like directly in the middle. And all the vehicles and farms are here ding 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 in the background as trains are passing through. So this should be fairly easy to do again. No questions asked, boys. And yeah, we're pretty much all connected. So all I've got to do then is just work out this here. Because if it works out that over there when I did the trumpet, you guys prefer it to be elevated, would I also then want this to be elevated going through as well over the through the town? And then I've got to unlock more tiles to be able to kind of connect this up as well and build a couple of smaller little villages going through as, you know, too. So interesting. I might even extend Rosedale Village a little bit over on this side just to kind of bulk the area up. We'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, it provides jobs. So a few people can kind of take those positions. And not bad. So what is unemployment now at this point? Because obviously as time goes on, more and more people are getting educated, taking those higher positions. We're now to, yeah, 5%. That's not bad. It's not bad. Do we need... I mean, I know we got a bit of industry demand right now, but they don't really want to kind of... Weirdly, they don't want to build in this vicinity for industry. And I don't know why. I don't know what's stopping them building industry here. I mean, we could do with more industry expansions elsewhere, but we'll lead on to that at some point in the future. We do need more farms. So I know I do this every episode, but I'm trying to keep on top of it, where I keep adding farms in as we go along. So let me first extend this down. See, now I can tear through this. Now we can push through with the roads as it now continues to extend through. So now we have the ability to go further on than the highway. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty cool that we can now do that. So maybe I work with this little area here first. Could be a good one. So that road here leading out. So if I make it go somewhat straight to begin with, because it will kind of... I mean, it would have connected originally to this, but I don't think... Oh, I can. That will become like a little bit of a loop road linking round. So I don't want to do too much there. Actually, I won't do too much right now. We'll keep it as it is. So this road here then, we'll kind of build something going directly up there. So we get 2 farms in there, which will work out. We'll get you implemented there. And I'm hoping we can kind of get close to that, but also get something just in there. And we'll get close to there. And hopefully that little gridded system there will feed a bunch of farms now in. My only issue is making sure that we can get the coverage for it. So, let's go. Okay, let's do a... Oh, that's going to be a tough one, I reckon. So some areas you'll have to kind of do like a little cul-de-sac coming in, just to kind of fill the gap. Because by doing that now, I should be able to squeeze all of this in. So straight down, round, continuing. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Nice. Now I'll do one more here then. So make sure we get decent enough coverage. So the theme is just coming together beautifully now, isn't it? It's all falling into place. Alright, to there and done. Now, it's a few additional farms there, looking pretty good. We should really maybe squeeze a couple in here as well. Maybe Wheatville does expand, kind of in English, a little bit. See how we get on with it. See how we get on. But I need to look at as well the production side of it and where are we kind of slightly falling short a little bit. I think it's more livestock, vegetable we still need. So we'll drop a couple of vegetable ones now in. So we'll squeeze these bad boys in. So standardized vegetable one. No issues. Keeps providing those sweet jobs that we need. But I think we need to also figure out where we can add an additional industrial area maybe in. Maybe the new town has a little bit of industry thrown in. Maybe we need to add in some industry in Sierra Valley. All a bunch of questions that we need to figure out in reality, don't we? We really do. Right, you to there, to there. Get this now. Follow round. Right, what's the issue here then? So, snap you off. Right, if I bring it to there now, I'll come back and sort the rest of it out. Like that. Edit this real quick. And we'll freehand it. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it should be providing lots of jobs for us, which it does. And then we'll just quickly grab a few more in. So we'll do another vegetable one here. Just making sure that we are maximizing our coverage on all of this. As best as we can. Alright, just bring that to there and then I wish you could like deselect it and then redo it. Right, I just need to get right into that corner there. It's like a little crevice. We'll do another vegetable one here. It's quite vegetable crazy over here, but seeing the deficit that we did slightly have, you know, we got to squeeze a little bit more in. So do the same to this. We'll go there, there. Bam, bam, bam. And then come back to it to slightly edit it. To get that to snap into here. So we'll cover these three real quick, and then we might go back to a little bit of grain. No, was it grain or livestock? I think it was. Let me double check. Production. Livestock is what we need. So we'll make these three now completely livestock. Also, they're not very big farms either. Alright, we'll have to come back to that one. Bam, bam, bam. Straight down. Up and in. Oh, you're joking me. I've just noticed at that last minute, it's not even placed in. Right, hold on, boys. Hold on. Hold on. Farms galore. I should be used to it by now, but I still get caught out time. I get too comfortable thinking I know what I'm doing now. And you get caught out with it not being placed in. What they should do, they should update the game for if that happens, it should not place down like at all. It should give you like a little placement warning that you can't place it down. Oh, that's in. Into there. Right, I think everywhere else is now fine, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Look at all that farming. Yo, that's crazy. Now, it looks a little bit weird at the moment because we have this border going around it. But the border is solely there because it's a road and a train track. So once I start building farms over on this side, it will then just kind of continue the expansions. But it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'm kind of impressed with it already. I am really, really kind of impressed. So that's going to provide a lot more jobs. Now, obviously, you've got to give it time for them to build up, for them to then position and get their jobs available. But I'm not saying it would have done any effect to the unemployment rate, but it's brought it from 5% down to 3.7%. So it just shows you that we're pushing in the right direction. We really are pushing in the right direction right now, which is good. And with all these extended, farm stuff like that, we are going to have to start thinking about, the expansions of the public transport network. Traffic's not too bad at the minute. It's not too bad at the minute. We could do a lot better. But we've also got to figure out in this vicinity too, another import-export area as well. Now, it is a shame that I can't unlock more tiles, but I think we also need to, because at the minute, all the vehicles have to drive to over here to import-export, or just to basically store the cargo. So having something over here would be a big, big help. Now, if I was to implement another cargo train terminal, something there on this road wouldn't be too bad because it would lead directly out into a simple little V connection here. So maybe I can incorporate this around another village. So let me extend this road going down a little bit more. Because that road, these two roads here will eventually kind of connect in. Now I can have a small little village in this little area. Let me just delete back a minute. And bring that right up. And let's say I'm going to keep it on the main road. Because it ain't going to be a busy road. It ain't going to be a busy road. But let's say I place this here. Right. And then let's say then we got the alleyway of stop. No, the gravel road to then come off there. To go around the edge. And then this road here is what then snaps into that. So 65 by 65-ish. There we go. And then we can have this road here. Come out then to be the snap. Into there. So it kind of all weirdly then filters into one another. And then we have the farming land. So don't worry about it denting down so much because we have farming land connected off it. But I reckon we can integrate a small little villagey town for this little section. So we'll leave it like that for now. It will be a work in progress, but just to get it connected, we'll get the train line hooked up. Now, hang on, what upgrades can I add to it first? Did I add a warehouse upgrade to this one? I didn't, did I? No. For this one, oh, I see. I could add like a warehouse upgrade for this. But it'll kind of take away from some of the stuff. I could place it there. Okay, it's something for the future we can think of. It's something for the future we can think of. So if I bring the train line first out, and I'm going to freehand this. So if I go to like just here, it should be enough to create our V bend. And then here. Like that. And breathe. And breathe. It does get quite stressful. Simple. But then thinking about it, why didn't I create the bend further down? Would that be too much to ask for? Double connections there? I don't like how that one flows in. So let me try a new one. It does the same again there. I don't like how it's trying to connect into that. Oh, what happened there? Right. It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. It depends on how busy this road becomes. But to do that as well, we've also created this bumpy, windy road, which if I delete that bit, and then we can kind of sort out the elevation change, we might need a little bit of a smoothing in general to soften the terrain. Alright, bulk that up just to smoothen it. I feel like the smoothing tool is not doesn't work the same like it does in City Skylines 1. Right, that should be pretty handy. Now, obviously, I don't think they'll utilize. Oh, actually, they are going to store stuff over here. So you get the odd one or two that now store stuff over here. But I could actually now create this as a connection. So I think for now, what I just simply do is hook up a cargo train route from here. And I can't really... I mean, I could take it anywhere I wanted to, but I'll take it out to there to then bring it back. Actually, no. Let me scrap all this. Right, let's start again. I'll start over here. So I'm going to try and... like I've done with the other one. No, actually, I didn't do it with the other one, did I? That one just goes out that one way. So I can make this one go out that way. All right, okay. Forget that. I was going to make it go in both directions, but that's just extra. There we go. Now, on that cargo train route, it's going to try and pump out how many trains? 2 trains. We'll bring it down to 1 train and see how we get on. So the train then should come from, there it is, coming from the here, straight through. And then we'll do the loopski, which would be quite interesting to see it do it. Here we go. Bendy Wendy, windy Wendy. Now it's brought out 2 trains. One of them will disappear because I've reduced it down to 1. No, I haven't. Did I? Yeah, I did bring it down to 1, so I think it will just eventually dissolve. But coming in right now. And then you should start to see them storing more goods here in general as well. And then they'll also import a bunch of stuff too. So we'll try and incorporate a small little village around this. It could even be a smaller town. Bit of industry could kind of be placed around here. And we'll see how we get on with it. I could push it back a little bit further, or I could change its position when we unlock more tiles. But it does unlock a bunch of possibilities and opportunities now as well. It really, really does open up some stuff. Now, mail's been sorted in here, and that's something else we need to sort out as well, because now that we've extended more in the region, the mail doesn't quite spread as well. You know what I mean? Sierra Valley has 0 mail. So we need to, figure that out next episode too. But we've done some more expansions, but we still got a long way to go before we can even get those stuff unlocked. So we need to build some bigger buildings or just go expansion crazy in general. But not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby. This house was having problems last time. I think with the way it's been positioned and the way it's been built, it's a bit funky. One of those buildings need to be a 3. One of these buildings here need to become a 3. And I don't think it's going to do it, so if I quickly get rid of all of you, and if I do a... Right, hold on. Yeah, do a 3 here. And then can I do a 2? Will it? No. It just for some reason decides... Actually, scrap that. I'm hoping the 3 there is going to be okay. Yeah. Hopefully. So lots of vehicles now. There's a lot of crisscrossies going on. I don't know whether to shorten that so it connects into this, but I can't really see there being too much traffic. I've got the dirt road on this side so they can enter from both sides, even though he has just decided he does not want to enter from this side. But I think it's mainly due to if you had the second line in, then they'll enter from it. But we can now start storing more goods over here. So we were completely at maximum capacity over here. We still are. So we need to make sure that we can, have more goods being stored. I don't think I can add in. No, it's too much to ask to add it in there. We need like a separate storage facility. But the fact that we got this over here right now will kind of slightly help us out. It should do anyway. Fingers crossed it should. Fingers crossed. But there's lots of goods now being stored over here. And we need to kind of keep an eye on that because it does show us that we've got a lot of unsorted mail issues. Meaning that I'm going to assume the mail office over here is having some issues too. We just need to kind of up the production of that or the processing capabilities. Right, we're getting somewhere, boys. We are definitely getting somewhere right now. We'll kind of keep doing what we've got to do. There's additional connections I can still add in. And just keep pushing forward. We're trying to extend Wheatville a little bit as well. Get some more people living around here. But look at that right now. Less and less farms complaining about the uneducated workers. It just goes to show that we are moving in the right direction. So uneducated has kind of dropped slightly, but you could argue the educated has now moved on to well-educated. The unemployment rate is now down to 2.4, the lowest it's been down for quite some time. And you can see the job availability as well, the workplace availability. Looking pretty good. We're slowly getting there, boys. We are slowly getting there right now. But we'll end it for here. We've got some big projects underway very soon. We've got some big stuff we need to do for expansions. We are slowly getting there. And it's going to be quite exciting. So as long as we don't overstretch ourselves, as long as we don't do anything too crazy. But, you know, we are working frantically hard. The only thing that's stopping us right now is unlocking more tile space. So we'll end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.